I'm testing it. That's what the food over here is, to keep my tongue clean. And right now it tastes bitter or sour. This tells me that I've still got some ethyl acetate in there, and possibly some of the other ones that didn't come out on the first run. Once this starts tasting sweet or almost tasteless, then I know I've hit the ethanol. However, I do know that my propanol will not start burning off till 97. So we're still within a good range of that. Still got a nasty taste to it. So we're still burning off that ethanol. So once this reaches its sweet point, sorry about that. Once it reaches the sweet point, then I will swap out and start catching the ethanol. And because I know I'm going to have more of that than this, we're simply going to do that. Put that in there. And I'm going to run and clean this out. Back in the day, when I was a child, one of the places that we lived was in what was known as a dry county, which means no alcohol was allowed to be served unless it was in a specially designated bar. So you couldn't go into a store and buy a beer or anything. And some of the individuals in my family were basically booze runners. I'm talking all the way up through my father and that generation thereof. And they would make their own distills. They would also bootleg alcohols from wet counties into the dry counties. People would pay them. Did you ever see, I don't know, what was the one? The one with the guy that played the bandit. He's running that alcohol. Same basic principle. And so, Smokey and the Bandit, that was the name of it. This is actually what some of my family members did in real life. And they would get the alcohol at one place and they would take it from a wet county to a dry county. It's the way that it worked. And so I was raised around distilling, brewing, and so on, all the old ways. And this is why I know about the taste test. Because kids have a better taste of ooh or ooh. So the kids got to taste the runoff. Still a bit sour, but it's getting better. Literally, this stuff that I'm pouring out right now, I could use in a lantern. I could use in an alcohol burner, like for camping or whatever, to cook stuff over. Perfectly fine. It is that flammable. Some of it will actually burn with almost a clear to a blue flame. So you got to be really careful with this stuff. This is why this is such a nice little way of doing it. Not only are you saving all the water that cycles through, that you have been cycling through for the condensation, the cooling, but if anything, if it does overpressurize, it's not going to blow up like the old stills would. Just this top would pop off. That's it. So it's much safer. And if used the way it's supposed to be, which is water distillation, or liquid condensation like with the vinegars and so on, then you're good to go. In this case, most people would condense the vinegar or reduce it and just throw the water away. I hate doing that. Watch my, I'll be posting a do-it-yourself thing, my viewpoints of being a prepper. And we'll cover some different things on that, and you'll see why. I try to conserve every little bit that I can. If you can do it now, and you have the leisure and the luxury of making mistakes and learning from them now. If, whatever forbid, nastiness does hit, you already know you're capable of doing it. You already have the stuff available to do what you need to do to provide for your family. And I'm not talking about arsenals of guns and grenades and explosives and how to make napalm and so on. I'm talking about the basic essentials for living. We're getting there. That's a lot of methanol and ethyl acetate. Doing a little taste like that is not going to do anything to you. Okay, if I was actually drinking this, yeah, it would be very bad for you. Very bad for you. Do not do. No do. Well, you might go do, but you know do, drinky. Not good. And don't tell me I'm impersonating or taking someone's ethnicity or their culture, because it's just a play on words. Take it as it is. It should just be about getting there. Yep. We're just about getting to that point. And then we'll start burning off the ethanol, which is technically your drinking alcohol. I'll just mix it back in with the other stuff and it becomes a sanitation alcohol. But like during COVID, when everybody was stockpiling alcohol, you couldn't get any rubs, nothing for sanitation, I pulled some of my old stuff and I pulled it out myself, so we had sanitizing alcohol and so on here in the house. Again, a very basic principle of preparation. Yeah, give me a second. I think that's about right. I'm going to swap this out. But I'm going to get a second opinion. Since I've been sampling this, it could be off. I'm going to let the wife. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, so at the end of it, this is what's left over. This has got butanol, fufarol, some real nasty crap. You want to let this just evaporate. Okay? Do not get it in your eyes. Don't try using it. The stuff is highly, highly toxic. Okay? We wound up with almost 1.5, just over 1.5 liters of water. We have about 3/4 of a liter, sorry, that's a 1/2 liter, so just over 1/4 liter of heavy alcohols, okay, the methanol and everything. This is what we're going to use in for our burning fuel. For the ethanol and propanol, we had 0.6 liters. So just over 1/2 liter of that. The rest is contained in this. Some of it we lost due to evaporation, other things. That is the basics. So here we can use this in a lamp or in a like an alcohol burner. This is our disinfectant that we can use. We do not drink this. It's got the propanol and everything in it. So this is our alcohol. The water we can use on plants, put into the toilet, whatever, just to put it to use. But it's definitely not, you could probably drink it, but I certainly would not suggest it or want to try it myself. and it just tastes nasty. So that is reducing vinegar through distillation, extracting your various alcohols, and use of the excess leftover water. In essence, we've used about 97 to 98% of everything in one form or another. And of course, you saw the larger one for doing the full water distillation. And that's it for this little section. And we'll look at what's going to come next.